Good evening. In the last class we discussed about different charge distributions like line charge distribution, surface charge distribution and volume charge distribution. Okay, so now in this lecture we are going to derive an expression for electric field intensity at a point due to an infinite line charge distribution. Okay, right. So electric field intensity due to an infinite line charge distribution. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn in this class. So we will obtain an expression at the end. Okay, and so how we proceed is we will consider a finite line charge distribution and we will obtain an expression, and after that we will modify such that the line becomes infinite, and then we will get the final expression. Okay, so before that let us review. If Q is a charge located at some point and let P is the point of interest where we would like to find out the intensity of the electric field due to the charge Q, then the first thing what we will do is we will draw a distance vector r bar. So then electric field expression is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon r square a r bar. So this is the general expression, and if this charge is replaced by a line charge distribution, let us say this is a line, so this is line extends from A to B and charge is accumulated on this line like this, uniformly distributed. Okay, so for a line charge the parameter is the line charge density rho L. Okay, so last class we have seen that the total charge on this line charge is given by Q is equal to integral A to B rho L dl. Okay, so in that case the electric field at a point P due to this line charge distribution is given by integral over L rho L dl by 4 pi epsilon r square a r bar, where r is the vector drawn from the reference point of the line charge distribution to the point P where we would like to find out the electric field intensity. Okay, so with these things in mind, so we'll proceed on to finding the electric field intensity at a point due to infinite line charge distribution. But before that we will consider only finite line charge distribution. Okay, right. So let us draw a diagram for that. Okay, so let us say this is z axis, this is x axis, sorry y axis, and this is x axis. Okay, now on this z axis let us consider a line. So this starts from A and this ends at B. So let us consider a line charge. This is a finite line charge where charge is distributed evenly. Okay, so this is a finite line charge with charge density rho L. Okay, now let us consider a point P where we would like to find out the electric field intensity. So this is the point P, the point of interest, which is some x comma y comma z. So at this point I would like to find out the intensity of the electric field due to this finite line charge distribution. Okay, now let us project this point onto the z axis. So if I project this point onto z axis, so if I project this point onto z axis, okay, let us call this point as capital T, and because this point is on z axis, let us give the coordinates as 0 comma 0 comma z. Okay, right. Now consider a small elemental length on this finite line. So I am considering if small elemental length on this finite line. So let us consider this as a small elemental length dl. Okay, so let us say this elemental length dl is has its reference at 0 comma 0 comma z dash. Okay, right now, so this is a point of reference where dl is existing, and this is a point of interest where we would like to find out the electric field intensity. So now draw a vector or draw a line from this point to from this point. So if I draw that, so this vector is nothing but r bar. So this is r bar, the distance vector. Okay, now the force due to this line charge at this point will act in this direction. So this is the direction of the force. Okay, right now let us denote this angle as alpha. Okay, that means this is point T, this is T. The angle between the distance vector r bar and the line PT. What is this line PT? So this is obtained by projecting this point P onto the z-axis. Okay, now by directly seeing we can tell this is nothing but rho. Why? Because if you consider the cylindrical coordinate system, if this is a cylinder, okay, so the radius rho is measured from the axis to the surface of the cylinder. This is radius rho, and similarly this is also radius rho. Okay, right? So this perpendicular distance from the point onto the axis is nothing but rho. Okay, right? Now alpha is the angle which is between the vector r bar and this line PT. Okay, now so next thing what we will do is we will draw lines from these points also. So let us draw a line from point B to point P and call this angle as alpha 2. Similarly, let us draw one more line from point P to point A and let us call this angle as alpha 1. So the angle made by the line PB with PT is alpha 2. Similarly, the angle made by the line PA with line PT is alpha 1. Okay, right? So now, and one more thing is the distance between these 2 points, 0 comma 0 comma z dash and 0 comma 0 comma z. So this distance is z minus z dash. Okay, right? So what we have done is we have considered a finite line charge distribution on the z-axis from point A to point B, and dl is the differential element of length which is having its reference point as 0 comma 0 comma z dash, and we have taken a point P where we would like to find out the electric field intensity, and r bar is the vector drawn from the 0 comma 0 comma z dash to the point P, and this r bar makes an angle of alpha with respect to the line PT. Similarly, we have drawn lines from point B to point B and point A to point P, and corresponding angles are alpha 2 and alpha 1. Okay, now so with these things, first let us write down the expression of electric field intensity. Before that, the differential amount of charge on differential element of length dl is given by rho l dl, which is equal to rho l dz dash. Okay, right? So let it be fun. Now the total amount of charge on the line AB or the line charge distribution AB is given by Q is equal to from point A to point B dq, which is equal to from point A to point B rho l dz dash. So let it be 2. Okay, now so the electric field expression is E bar is equal to, so Q by 4 pi epsilon r square AR bar, but in this case Q is nothing but the total charge on this finite line charge distribution. So E bar is equal to integral over A to B rho l dz dash divided by 4 pi epsilon r square AR bar. So now what I need to do is I need to find what is dz dash, what is r, and what is AR bar. Okay, so if you look at this r bar clearly, so r bar is a distance vector. So this is one point which is 0 comma 0 comma z dash, which is there is one more point p, x comma y comma z, and r bar is the distance vector drawn between these 2 points. This is r bar. So r bar is equal to x ax bar plus y ay bar plus z minus z dash az bar. So one more thing what we know is, in terms of cylindrical coordinates, x is equal to rho cos phi and ax bar is equal to cos phi a rho bar minus sin phi a phi bar, plus y means rho sin phi and ay bar is sin phi a rho bar plus cos phi a phi bar and plus z minus z dash az bar. So if you see the first term, you get rho cos square phi, here you will get rho sin square phi, and in the second term you got rho cos phi into minus sin phi, here I will get rho sin phi into plus cos phi. So these two terms will get cancelled, so final answer will be rho a rho bar plus z minus z dash az bar. So that is r bar. Let it be equation number 3. Okay, so r bar is equal to rho a rho bar plus z minus z az bar. Okay, so next, now, so if you look at the figure, I can extract these 3 points. One is point P, x comma y comma z, and point T, which is 0 comma 0 comma z, and one more point where DL is having its reference 0 comma 0 comma z dash. So these 3 form a triangle, a right angle triangle, and this angle is what we called as alpha, and this is what we called as rho, this is r, and this is z minus z dash. So from this figure what I can note down is rho is equal to r cos alpha, or this implies r is equal to rho secant alpha, let it be 4, and z minus z dash is equal to r sin alpha, which can be written as, already r is equal to rho secant alpha, that means rho secant alpha into sin alpha. Secant alpha means 1 by cos alpha, so I will get rho tan alpha. So z minus z dash is rho tan alpha, let it be 5. And from this, if I differentiate this equation with respect to alpha, so what I will get is dz by d alpha minus dz dash by d alpha minus, into rho tan alpha is secant square alpha. So because the parameter here is z dash, we are interested in dz dash, so this becomes 0. This implies dz dash is equal to minus rho secant square alpha d alpha, let it be equation number 6. Okay, and one more thing what we can do is, I need the unit vector AR bar. So AR bar is equal to r bar by r. So what is r bar from equation number 3? Rho a rho bar plus z minus z dash a z bar by magnitude r is, we got as rho secant alpha, so rho secant alpha, and this is rho a rho bar, z minus z dash is rho tan alpha az bar divided by rho secant alpha, and if I take rho secant alpha common, so what I get is cos alpha a rho bar plus sin alpha az bar, so divided by rho secant alpha. So from this what we can write down is AR bar is equal to cos alpha a rho bar plus sine alpha a z bar. Okay, right? So let it be equation number 7. Now what we need to do is we need to substitute all these relations in the electric field intensity expression. Okay, so let us take the electric field intensity expression. So we have E bar is equal to integral over a to b rho L dz dash by 4 pi epsilon r square a r bar. So let us substitute everything. So integral a to b rho L, what is a r bar? Cos alpha a rho bar plus sine alpha a z bar divided by 4 pi epsilon. What is r square? Rho square secant square alpha. And what is dz dash? Minus rho secant square alpha d alpha. So this is what we are having. Okay, so this implies your electric field intensity at a point P is given by integral from a to b, and now I can bring rho L by 4 pi epsilon outside. So rho L by 4 pi epsilon. So integral a to b cos alpha a rho bar sin alpha a z bar. And if you look, see here I am having secant square alpha, here also I am having secant square alpha, here I am having rho square, here rho. So minus cos alpha a rho bar plus sin alpha a z bar divided by rho. Okay, so divided by rho d alpha. So because this is depending upon, this integration is depending upon alpha, I can bring this rho outside of the integration. So finally minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon rho integral a to b, but this is in d alpha. So if you look at the figure carefully, the line PA is making an angle of alpha 1 with PT. Similarly line PB is making an angle of alpha 2 with PT. So the lower limit will be alpha 1, upper limit will be alpha 2. So cos alpha a rho bar plus sin alpha a z bar d alpha. So if you apply the limits, what we get is rho L by 4 pi epsilon rho brackets open minus sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1 a rho bar plus cos alpha 2 minus cos alpha 1 a z bar. So this is the electric field intensity at a point P x comma y comma z due to a finite line charge distribution existing on the z axis. Okay, right? So it has two components, one is a rho bar and a z bar. Okay, right? So if you extend this line to become infinite, that means then if you observe carefully, as the line becomes infinite in z direction, the force in z direction cancels. Okay, right? So if we extend this answer for infinite line charge distribution, then we will get only rho component, so we don't get any z component. Now let us see how to extend this line to infinite line. Okay, right? So let us draw the figure once. So this is the figure what we have. So this is the z axis. Okay, so this is the z axis, and this is point A and this is point B. If I want to make this finite line charge distribution as infinite line charge distribution, I have to move point A to, A should move to minus infinity, B should move to plus infinity. Okay, so in order to make this finite line charge as an infinite line charge, I have to move A to minus infinity and B to plus infinity. Okay, now let us draw two figures. This is, let us say this is this is point P and this is point T. Let us say this is point B. Okay, now earlier we have drawn a line like this from P to B, and we said that the angle is alpha 2. So if I extend this line, okay, so if I extend this line, sorry, yeah, let me redraw. So if I extend this line like this, and then this angle is also alpha 2 only. Okay, now let us name the other end of this line as some C. Okay, now in order to make this finite line charge distribution infinite line charge distribution, I have to move this point B towards plus infinity. Okay, so when this point moves to plus infinity, then what happens? So the same line let us draw. This is point P and this is point T. Now this B has to move to plus infinity, so this point will move upwards, this point C will come downwards. That means I will get a line like this. So I will get a line like this, where this point is C, this point is B. So that is what I will get. So now see, this is alpha 2. That means this line making angle with respect to C. So this is what alpha 2 is. So alpha 2 is now minus pi by 2. Okay, so when I move this point B to minus plus infinity, then this line is making an angle of minus pi by 2 with this line. So in that case alpha 2 is becoming minus pi by 2. Now similarly, let us see this. Okay, so this is point P again, this is point T. Now we will consider A. Okay, now earlier, so this line is like this. Let us say this is D, and this is alpha 1, and this is also alpha 1. Now for this line to become infinite line charge distribution, A has to move to minus infinity. So in that case the figure will look like, okay, so this is point P, this is T. Okay, so in that case the line will look like A has to move to minus infinity. So then this will be the line, this is A now, this is D now. Now this is the angle between these two, so this is that angle. Okay, now in this case alpha 1 is equal to plus pi by 2. Okay, so in order to make this finite line charge distribution as infinite line charge distribution, we have to move point B towards plus infinity, point A towards minus infinity. So in that case the angles will be alpha 1 is equal to plus pi by 2, alpha 2 is equal to minus pi by 2. So now we will substitute these values in the previous result. Okay, right? So what is the previous result? The electric field intensity due to a finite line charge distribution is given by rho L by 4 pi epsilon rho in brackets minus of sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1 a rho bar plus cos alpha 2 minus cos alpha 1 a z bar. So now substitute alpha 1 is equal to plus pi by 2 and alpha 2 is equal to minus pi by 2. So in that case electric field intensity will become rho L by 4 pi epsilon rho, and I am having a minus here, sin minus pi by 2 it will be minus 1, and this is minus sin pi by 2 will be 1 a rho bar plus cos pi by 2, whether it is plus or minus it will be equal to 0 a z bar. So finally the electric field intensity due to a infinite line charge distribution, because I will get minus 1 into minus 2 plus 2, here I am having 4. So rho L by 2 pi epsilon rho a rho bar. So this is the expression for electric field intensity at a point P x comma y comma z due to infinite line charge distribution situated on the z axis. So if you observe this carefully, arrow bar, this is the direction. So arrow bar will have components in terms of ax bar and ay bar. Okay, that is, when an infinite line charge distribution is existing on z-axis, the electric field at a particular point will have components in x and y directions. Similarly, if a infinite line charge is existing on y-axis, then it will have components in x and z directions. Okay, right? So this is the final expression for electric field intensity due to infinite line charge distribution at a point P. Rho L is the line charge density and rho is the distance between the point of interest P and its projection onto the z-axis. So this is the rho. Okay, right? And if the medium is considered to be free space, then we will write down the expression as E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught rho a rho bar. So this is when we consider free space. Okay, right? So this is about the derivation of the expression for electric field intensity due to infinite line charge distribution. Okay, right? So thank you, hope you understood.